It's WarCraft Day. Greetings everybody, this is Stormy with the capital Z coming back at you with another replay request. This is going to be a replay request by none other than MoFaD once again, who is spawning at the bottom left as the purple undead player, opening up with the altar first build order here. And he will be facing off against a player whose name is not appearing to me. It's a Chinese name, so I won't be able to pronounce that either. So we're just going to refer to him as Yellow. Humans buffed? Yes, exactly. Human players are buffed. No, if I just bringing that up, human player got like a huge buff. I mean, it's not even funny. I made a meme video about that, covering as to how human players kind of feel about it. Because you do have a lot of benefits. Sundering blades are now free. I mean, it's just default. You don't have to buy it from your barracks. Knights have sundering blades by default. Lumber mill has the advanced lumber tech from tier 2 available at tier 1, and the tier 1 upgrade has been removed, so you can immediately get that upgrade at tier 2 and start harvesting 30 lumber with your peasants. It can be a double-edged sword, which I'm going to talk about later on. We got Archmage from yellow side and MoFaD waiting for the cigarette to come up. It's going to be Crypt Lord. Alright, Archmage versus Crypt Lord. It's going to be an interesting battle. And what are we talking about? We are talking about something interesting there. Talking about the benefits that human players got, and advanced lumber tech was something that I wanted to discuss. Advanced lumber tech could be a double-edged sword for human players, but the thing is, you just gotta be a bit on your toes while trying to get that. The thing about the tech is that as we have this annoying scout footman making its way towards MoFaD's base, MoFaD isn't really scouting, at least not for the time being. It is getting the scout acolyte, so I guess that'll work out. A bit late in my opinion. Militiamen being pulled in, and yellow is going in for the expansion, it appears. Alright, you're gonna have a quick fast expansion here by yellow. So we were discussing about advanced lumber tech. So the problem with advanced lumber tech could be that the peasants, before returning lumber to the lumber camp or the town hall, had to collect 20 lumber. Of course, that's well, it's faster when it comes to them collecting 10 lumber and then going back and then another 10. But what I exactly want to discuss is that now it's 30. So the thing is that you're gonna gain lumber, but you're gonna gain lumber in big amounts, as in you're gonna have a big bash of lumber within. I mean, the timing is still going to take it's still going to take a lot of time, because the peasant is going to have to chop the wood 30 times before they can return lumber to the base there. Still got that going on, and we had an engagement coming in, and MoFaD stands goes in for the expansion, and oh no, MoFaD does have a good number of units here. There's not really too many footmen over here that can actually help yellow in managing to disrupt the expansion, but he has disrupted the creeping at least. The creeps are still alive and they're still attacking everything that MoFaD has. So as long as he can stay here, even if he loses a good number of units, or I mean, I'm not really gonna say good number, let's just say some units, it's gonna be okay as long as he can disrupt the expansion. And he disrupted the expansion. There we go. MoFaD expansion has been disrupted by yellow, and yellow is still sticking in there. Some elementals. MoFaD finally managing to kill the big creep there. I'm not gonna go after the trolls, and he does have all of the acolytes ready, so he is determined to expand here, from what I can understand. It doesn't seem like that he is going to back out. Elemental is still gonna stay there a bit, and yellow isn't bulging away, and he is setting up his expansion there. Lumber mill, alright. Lumber mill, we already spoke about the lumber mill earlier, and we're gonna have to go back to the same topic in order to complete what we were trying to talk about, as MoFaD chases up yellow, and he has his expansion clear, but he isn't placing it down. He's kind of concentrating on getting his hands on yellow, who tried to disrupt his expansion. And oh wow, yellow is going to lead him towards his own expansion location, which he hasn't set up yet. And oh, yellow's actually going to try and kill off acolytes. He's going to be successful in doing on. And MoFaD is checking. Okay, so MoFaD did a good job there of checking up, but he still has enough lumber and enough gold to be able to expand from what I can see over here. Yellow on the other side is currently capped at 30 food and isn't really going for anything else right now. He has the expansion up and ready finally. Okay, it only just came up. That's the thing there. Now his expansion is up, MoFaD's expansion isn't. But MoFaD has the advantage when it comes to the tech there. His tech is going to be up first. His second hero, his tier 2 units are going to be out first. So MoFaD is going to have that little advantage going on. And he will still have the haunted gold mine. So as long as he has it, I guess it works out a bit better for him in that terms. And a nice little impale. Surround. There we go. The impale, of course, by the way, has been nerfed slightly. The damage has been reduced a bit, and then the hero stun duration has been reduced a bit as well. So impale is going to be a bit less effective than what it used to be. Arcane walls being put down there, some arcane towers, scout towers, tech coming in for yellow finally, and MoFaD is gonna be done with his tech. Gonna put down his graveyard and gonna have to get his tier 2 stuff ready, but he is determined to expand. He definitely wants that expansion up. MoFaD doesn't really have knowledge of yellow's expansion just yet, and yellow's is putting in some good amount of defenses there. Once yellow reaches tier 2, he will be able to get the advanced lumber tech, which I was talking about earlier. So the thing is that now instead of returning 30 wood, your peasants are going to be able to gather and deliver. Instead of delivering 20, they're going to be able to gather and deliver 30. But the thing is, they still have to chop the wood 30 times. Now you would have a situation where you're going to have to go to your base, or you're gonna have to queue up all of your peasants to a number, example 3, like, because most players like to have their army on 1 and 2, so you can have the peasants, lumber cutting peasants on 3. That's how I do it. You can have it on that, and then you're gonna have to keep on using the return resources command in order to, you know, have enough wood, because you're gonna have a situation where if you got 5 peasants cutting wood with this upgrade, if you got the advanced lumber tech upgrade, if you got 5 peasants cutting wood there, then they're gonna be able to collect about 20 wood with themselves. That's 100 wood. 5 peasants with 20 wood is 100 wood, and until they get the 30, that's 150 wood. They're not gonna be returning, but you're gonna be in a situation where I need the wood right now. I need to be able to, I don't know, upgrade right now. I'm short on 100 wood for the hero, perhaps. Yeah, the hero, that's a big thing there. The second hero, the third hero. So yeah, human players, even after getting this upgrade, are gonna have to bother about that just a bit there. They're gonna have to look on that just a bit. It's a huge upgrade, it's definitely beneficial, but that's something that I feel they need to be having a look at. They're gonna keep on getting the burst of lumber. It's a bit similar to the burst of lumber that you gain with the goblin shredders. You could compare that to that. Nice little impale there by MoFaD there, and the footmen are still persistent though. Yellow is gonna try and take out that cigarette, which is being transformed into a spirit tower. Here comes the Death Knight. The pact is sealed. And gonna have death coils? No, not yet. Did I hear a gargoyle die? Sure. Yes, I did hear a gargoyle die. No, I heard a gargoyle being made. We have a gargoyle in the field, and MoFaD is going in for gargoyles and ghouls, it appears. Gargoyles have proved their mettle in the past few games that I've casted, and if they're used in a good number, I think they can be really potent. So you have an expansion, you have double crypt. This is a really good strategy that you can imply. You can go for double crypts and then just go mass gargoyles. They're really good. They're really good at sniping things down from a distance. And the benefit for Undead is that they can keep on healing them using the Death Knight. And yeah, they're anti-air, of course, because they have a melee anti-air damage. Which if you have a crypt, if you have a Dreadlord, you can take the advantage of the vampiric aura. Too much patch discussion this video. got Arcane Sanctum and Workshops coming in. Did he already get the Lumber Tech? I'm gonna have to check that. And oh, he detected exactly where MoFaD was creeping, and MoFaD is currently being creep jacked. He will try to disengage with the creeps, and Yellow is doing a good job of surrounding his army. Big Impale there gets all of the footmen, and the stun time is exactly when he wants to try and get them. Here comes the Ancient Evil, the Lich, making its way towards the army. Another lovely Stormbolt there will try to pick off that ghoul. No mana on that Death Knight. We need more number of gargoyles. I mean, with these many gargoyles, Yellow will really not be able to do too much, at least for the time being. The Death Knight gets taken out. MoFaD losing his Death Knight to Yellow. And MoFaD will make Yellow pay by killing his Mountain King, and now he's going after the Archmage. Archmage does have a TP, he should manage to just TP away in case it gets trapped or something, which for the time being isn't the case. He will just run back to his base. Does have a sentry ward, which he probably placed somewhere there because sentry ward's placed right in the middle of the map. Level 4 on that Crypt Lord. They're gonna have to creep a bit without the Death Knight until the Death Knight makes its way back from the altar perhaps. And oh no, this was a mistake by Yellow. Yellow may end up losing his hero. Flying machines, gyrocopters. This is why he made the workshop. So he wanted to counter the gargoyles with these. I mean, I don't know, just my opinion, just going in for the standard human strategy of mass riflemen and a couple of priests in the backline would just work out well against whatever MoFaD is making right now. I think it will just be fine. And oh, I really love how Yellow stuck in there with his Elemental and Archmage and took out the statued version of the Gargoyle. It is supposed to have a higher regeneration and higher armor. Priest getting taken out there by MoFaD. MoFaD gonna follow that Archmage. Archmage weak. Archmage gonna have to use the TP if he wants to survive now. He's too weak right now. Some breakers on the field with some defenses there. Rather dynamic army in the works, and breakers are going in for the magic control, or rather controlled magic. I'm gonna have to get these names right. And Yellow is also getting Pally. He's got like 2k gold. What the hell is he doing? MoFaD also got like about 1k gold. And Temple of the Dam actually double. Not really sure what MoFaD has in mind, and he's going for the Exhumed Corpses. We know what that means. Necrowagon incoming, baby. Who would have thought healing with the buffed human is actually just going to be Necrowagon for MoFaD for the time being. But you also want to consider the fact that human players got a buff for to deal with exactly that. And Yellow is actually just he just upgraded the adapt training for the priests there. He's trading a lot of priests, and the priests have a higher range for Dispel now. The Dispel is going to be 700 range as per the game measurement, instead of 600, which used to be the earlier one. And yeah, it kind of felt a bit off each time the priests needed to go so near to their targets to be able to dispel. So this time they're gonna have some range in being able to dispel. I mean, it's not that much, but it is something. It's an increase of, I don't know, about 10%. Not 10% actually. I'm really bad at calculating maths like this. And Orb of Fire, okay, we got an Orb of Fire by in effect. Wait, it's on the Archmage. Orb of Fire is of course the newly upgraded Orb of Fire, which doesn't really do AoE damage, but instead casts a effect on, or rather puts an effect on the unit that it has struck, and that unit, the healing on the unit will be mitigated, as in if the Orb of Fire targets the Crypt Lord, the Death Knight will not be able to heal the Crypt Lord with the full potential of the Death Coil. The heal by the Death Coil is going to be mitigated because of the Orb of Fire there. 35% mitigation there. It is healing and regeneration. Whoa, also regeneration. So Even the regeneration, that the natural regeneration that any unit has, that's also going to be reduced a bit. Okay, that's huge actually. Level 3 on the Dead Knight there, and he got a pretty good item for his army composition. I mean, for the gargoyles at least, and the destroyers later on, statues and stuff. And oh, I didn't cover this! Siege tanks! Or rather, siege engines making their way towards the expansion and more coming in. I don't really know what yellow is up to. He is creeping on the other side. He's got a like very dynamic combination of units here, and he's also making siege weaponry. He's sending in siege engines to try and take out the haunted gold mine, and it's not working. The siege engines actually were supposed to give less amount of experience. Now I'm not really sure if that one got through the patch of the PTR. Somebody's gonna have to check that for me if anybody's on the stream there. The siege engines may get taken out. Helm of Valor, lovely item for yellow. Yeah, because advanced lumber tech wasn't good enough, you know. Advanced lumber tech for tier 2 wasn't good enough, so yellow had to pick up a shredder, you know. Burst of lumber. Excuse me there. Assume corpse is coming in. Necromancers finally making their way towards the fight now. MoFaD doesn't seem to have a TP. He's a TP. I don't think it would be advisable to go in without a TP. Good thing about the beetles here is that they got a good collision size. They can easily block off these big fat siege engines, and that's a good amount of damage on those siege engines there. I think it's a good time for yellow to stop making siege engines and just make a good army or something out of the resources that he has. Go for 80 food and then strike your opponent. MoFaD is currently 87 food. He went beyond low upkeep. He's currently at high upkeep. And he is going in for the assault on the expansion for yellow. Incoming. Skeleton warriors incoming. A lot of skeleton warriors incoming. You may need a TP. The TP back to the base. Not gonna use the TP, it appears. Gonna leave behind the elemental to deal with that, and the elemental wins. Which seemed like a battle that the creep was going to win. MoFaD isn't really using all of the skeleton warriors. Gotta get them into the fight. And here comes yellow. He can actually try and magic control the skeletons, but that's not really going to be that easy. There's way too many skeletons there. There we go. Dispel coming into play. The ranged dispel is going to be useful. You need to use a lot of it. You need a lot of dispel there. A lot of dispel. The dispel is of course going to give a good amount of experience to yellow as well. No, the priest getting taken out. There is no front line to tank them up. The breakers aren't really acting as a really good shield there. There aren't really a lot of breakers on the field to begin with. Some units, we need some knights, we need some good stuff here. Yellow needs to take advantage of his tier 3, of his double gold mine. He doesn't really take that advantage. He's got like 2k gold. What is he doing? What are you doing, yellow? 2k gold is a lot. They're still trying to take the army out from a distance, and I don't think the priest should need to be in the front line. Keep them at the back line, because if you're going to keep them in the front line, they're going to get taken out like this. Just like that, they're going to get taken out. And we got flying machines. Why? Why do we have flying machines? There aren't any gargoyles there. Terrific. He isn't even producing anything. He's got like 3k gold. He lost his expansion. Well, is currently in the process of completely losing it. There's no way to defend it anymore. He still has a chance. He can just produce the 80 foot army and just be ready to attack. Oh no, yellow's throwing this game. Yellow is throwing this game away. Make some farms at the back line. Now he's blacksmith. Okay, that's why he didn't have knights. That is something I mentioned about earlier. He doesn't have a lumber mill anymore too, because his lumber mill was at the expansion which got taken out. Not really sure what he's up to, but he needs units. Without units, he won't be able to defend against anything there. He needs some power units. I mean, to be frankly honest, I think just going in for riflemen and breakers or something would have just been better. And of course, he has the ability to power build, but he doesn't have peasants to do so. Well, a game that yellow technically should be ahead in MoFaD, and considering the patch notes, considering all the buffs that human gained, yellow is the one that should be gaining the advantage. And I heard a magic control there. I believe he just kind of controlled the skeleton warrior or something, because if he controlled the beetle, that wouldn't have died that easily. And now the main being attacked. Priests coming in, but they're just going in to get murdered. Rather. Like how yellow is actually going around the trees there to just try and catch MoFaD and split his attention a bit, but I really don't see yellow coming back from this game right now. He had a small window for opportunity where he could have easily produced enough number of units and tried to defend against MoFaD's push. Of course, that would have been a battle of attrition, and the outcome of the game may not perhaps had been changed, but still an uphill fight for him. But he would have at least managed to defend against this particular push by MoFaD, which MoFaD is currently going to kill him with. He could have trained riflemen and stuff. Okay, right, he didn't have a blacksmith, he couldn't trade riflemen. Footmen, yeah, just go for footmen if you don't have that. So yeah, I mean, this is the thing there. Just because he didn't have the blacksmith made earlier, just because he made his lumber mill at his expansion, which got taken out later on, he is suffering big time right now. If those buildings were already available at his base, he could have produced knights, he could have produced riflemen as well. He could have, he should have gotten more priests. He only has a couple of priests here. Should have gotten more priests there, more dispel. If he dispelled most of the army, he would have gained a lot of experience by that. And after gaining a lot of experience, the heroes, after leveling up, perhaps would have been able to deal with the undead army in a better way. But at this point of the game, at this juncture, this game is over. There is absolutely no way that yellow is going to come back from this against 98 food army of MoFaD, which is level 6 on that Crypt Lord. Sadly, we won't see Locusts, but it's kind of cool to see a level 6 hero sometimes here and there. And the Archmage goes down, and that is GG. Game with rather disappointing ending in my opinion. Well, it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and have enjoyed what you have seen. Don't forget to hit the like button while watching this on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more, and follow me on Twitch to catch these live. That's going to be all for today's stream. And on the next episode of WarCraft. Yay! Bye for now.